you grow up, you remain standing. But when you jump up, there's likelihood that you fall down.
Wow.
So sometimes...
Stop. He was about to preach there. You need to say that again because I'm actually going to start using that in all my presentations. Hi guys, welcome to our YouTube channel. You're about to experience some information that might just change your life. Like, comment and subscribe. Like, comment and subscribe. See you on the other side. Welcome. So I'm with Mr. Fantastic, aka Mr. Kayode. Mr. Fantastic, as we call, I'll tell you why we call him Mr. Fantastic. Because he came to one of my training and I think we asked him a question and he kept on saying, fantastic. So we just call him Mr. Fantastic. And I'm so glad that he's popped into the office. We're going to have an honest conversation about his journey in serviced accommodation. You did some training with me in January.
That's right.
Yeah, and we haven't caught up too often. I know we've both been busy, but you've been running with your service accommodation business.
Yeah.
So I said, look, you know what? Let me sit down with you. Let me find out the truths. I hope it's nothing too bad, but let me find out some information that you guys are going to watch, and you're going to hear it from someone who's done the training, who's in the business. You're going to hear the ups, you're going to hear the downs, and in fact, you're going to hear the realities of what the business is actually about, whether you can make money, whether you're going to lose money, whether it's actually a business for you. I want us to be completely raw and open and honest. So we're just going to go with the flow, and I'm just going to ask questions that I think the new guys might want to hear from you. So if you want to just start by introducing yourself and just...
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for being part of this great team. My name is Kayode Adiagbo. He called me Mr. Fantastic.
No, because all he said is fantastic.
I've been on this journey for a while. He mentioned January. That was when I was trained by him. But actually, the journey between me and him started way back about a year ago when I attended the first free training. And I remember that night, he said, you cannot run with this free training. You need to be trained properly. Yeah. And I said to myself, okay, let me give it a go. Because the first day I met him, he never knew I'd been in the business before. So everything he said on that day, I consider 100%.
Let me stop you there actually, because I remember that now. So yes, you came to one of our free events beforehand.
Yeah.
And then I was scared, and this is the truth. I said, do you have any questions? Does anyone have any questions?
That's it.
And he said, can I say something?
Yeah.
So out of just being transparent, I said, okay, but I'm panicking thinking, oh my God, what's going to happen? So I said, you know what, let him just take the stage. And he took the stage, and you said something that I've been looking at this business, I've been in this business for a little while, and I'm so happy that everything that you're saying coincides with your journey so far.
Yeah.
And would you say that brought some sort of trust, integrity, and would you say that played a part in you going ahead to doing further training?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Carry on your journey.
When I listened to you on that night, maybe you don't know, I came with my wife and with my daughter. So as the training was going on, I was saying to them beside me, I said, look, this guy is real because he's saying the truth. And I was wondering, how can someone be giving out so much on a free event? So I said to him, you've done well because everything you said, I have experienced practically. And that was how we started. And on January this year, I attended your training.
That was the paid training.
That was the paid training. A whole day training. Believe you me, from then, when I came to the free event, I had only one. Between the training and now, we had added 3 other apartments.
I love that. So I was doing a Facebook Live some time ago, and I think I was just ranting as I always do about service accommodation because I'm always like, do this and do this and do this properly and don't do this. And Mr. Fantastic came on and he said, hi TJ, how are you? And I said something in the comments. I said, hey everyone, give a shout out to Mr. K. You know, he's got 1 unit. And he was like, well, actually, no, I've now taken on 4 units, three more in this location, this location, this location. And then I said, wow, this is incredible. I feel bad that I hadn't touched base with you. You're a very competent person. You did the training. I knew you were going to run off and start doing your own thing. And that's the evidence that he has actually done his own thing. What locations are some of your units?
One in Silvertown,
Yeah.
one in Dagenham,
Yep.
and one in Tilbury.
Wow.
Tilbury,
Wow.
yeah.
So your background is construction in some form?
I'm a builder. I'm a plumber by training. So
Have you found that to be some advantage when taking on some units?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, the 2 out of the property I took, I was just invited to come and quote for the job. And while I was doing that, I asked the owner of the property, what's your intention about that? And he said, once you finish, I want to let it out. And I said, wow. You want to let it out? Okay, fine. Let's have a deal. This is the business I do. I can do your property better than you want to do, because actually you are renovating for someone to come and rent. But I'm going to renovate it to a standard that will suit my business, if you don't mind. Some of them will say, no, I don't want that standard, but I can't afford to pay for that. And I said, don't worry, leave the difference. You just pay for what you want. But by the time I finish, you'll be very happy. And the good thing about it is, once I finish, throughout a whole 12-month period, your house will be as the same as it is the first day, because I'll ensure that it's like that, because that's the only way my client can patronize me. And that for people is like they can't resist.
You've taken the words out of my mouth, because we teach people how to find properties.
Yeah.
So go to Rightmove, go to
Yeah.
Zoopla,
Yeah.
speak to this agent.
Yeah.
I think you just hit the nail on the head for a very specific group of people, because there are people who want to get into this business, and you might have a specific skill, such as you're a plumber, you're a builder, and you go to people's houses. But now, when they hear what you've just said in terms of, oh my God, I've gone to a house to do a job, but because you're in tune, you see the house, you get talking to the owner, and you offer them something that they cannot refuse, and that's giving you 2 of your properties. So it comes down to being creative. It comes down to saying to someone, your house, you were going to rent it out. Why don't I do the work that you were going to do, and I take on the house to use for this purpose?
That's it.
That's incredible.
That's it.
I'm actually going to add that to my training. I'm going to tell everyone to become a builder. So that when they go, because now you didn't go looking for those properties.
No.
They technically came to you. So it means, and I'm not saying you should, but it means you have the potential to really scale by just doing your day-to-day job, which is being a builder, getting phone calls, and if it happens to be a property that's for let,
I just chip it in.
That's incredible.
Yeah, so whenever I go and someone invite me to an empty property, the first thing I ask them, what's your plan? Are you moving in, or you want to let it out? And most especially when it falls within my catchment area where I've been looking for properties to run this business, I just go. It's not every property that I visited that I ask for. Of course. But once I know that this is a very good area, I just go for it. And most of the time.
So I recall we had a conversation some time ago about a property that you spent some time and some money on. Is it that, am I wrong or am I right? Yeah, I think you were saying you were going to do some work to it to get it to a really good standard. How did that one go?
Yeah, that was the first one in Dagenham. Yeah, that took me over about 2 months because I have to take all the kitchen out, all the bathroom out, all the central heating out. I put a new board, everything from head to toe. In fact, to be honest, when I finished the job, the owner was outside the country. So I sent a picture to him through WhatsApp. And what I was told later was that he called his wife and said, is that our house?
Is that the same house?
Is that the same house? Or the guy just sent pictures to him. And the woman said, no, I've been there. Is the picture. Wow. So the man came down. When he came back, the night after he came back to the UK, we met in the property. And I was saying, I couldn't believe that it's the same house.
Wow.
I couldn't believe that it's the same house.
It's really interesting. Just going back to something that you said. You mentioned when you came to the free events. You thought in your head, you said, if this guy's given so much away at this free event, what would his paid training be like? So it's really interesting because I talk to every single person on my YouTube, Facebook, Instagram about one of my favorite books. And that book is a book called influence, the psychology of persuasion, and it talks about something called reciprocity. And this is what I've been teaching people for the longest time. Lead with value. Give, give, because coming from a Christian point of view, we understand that if you give, you receive.
Yeah.
So we know about the law of sowing and reaping.
Reaping,
if you look at it from a, let's say, a Buddhist point of view, you understand karma.
Yeah.
If you look at it from a science point of view,
Yeah.
we understand causation, cause and effect.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
understand
Yeah.
if you sow something, you must reap.
Yep.
So I don't understand why people don't, every single time, why they don't lead with giving information, because it means you don't have to be greedy. It means you don't have to hold anything back, because what it does is it deposits value in your listener. So your listener says, wow, if this person can give me so much freely without expecting anything, let's see what it's like on the other side. And I'm so happy that you said that, because it's something that I've been preaching for so long, and people are like, well, no, because if you give it all away, then you're not going to get any customers. But this is an example of giving. So I just wanted to rant about that, because I want you guys to really just start giving and giving more. So you mentioned something about you want to stay in this business for the long term.
The long term.
Now, you've also mentioned that something that you and I will not hide. Serviced accommodation is not easy.
No.
Yeah, no one should tell you it's easy.
It's not easy.
But you also mentioned that there were going to be some people that get thrown aside and some people that disappear from the marketplace if they don't do what?
The truth about this business is, even though I said my encounter with you started with the free event, thereafter I came for the paid training, I now realize that it should not stop there. So whosoever is interested in this business should go for more knowledge, like every other kind of business. So after you have done the paid training, you still need to be in touch with people like you for mentoring. You need to keep doing your own research, and you need to be as open as possible. In other words, you need to be open to different kind of information that can be a blessing to your business. I've come to realize that you can't run this business everywhere.
Yeah, that's the truth. Yes.
You can't run the business everywhere. That's one. Two, and you need to understand that there are different kind of market even in this business. I've just shared with TJ briefly before we came on air. I've got a particular location where the majority of patronage that I enjoy there are people that are visiting London. Meanwhile, there's another location where majority of people that patronize that center are contractors. So these are the things you need to have a clear understanding of.
So you get some people who, they go to a free training,
Yeah.
or they watch a YouTube video,
Yeah.
and then they go and take on 10, 15, 20 properties.
Yeah.
What's likely to happen to those people?
When you do that, it's like you are running ahead of yourself.
Yeah.
So what you need to do is you need to, there's something like TJ mentioned, we have Christian background, and that helps us sometimes to inform the way we take decisions.
Yeah.
A popular man of God in Nigeria said, when you grow up, you remain standing. But when you jump up, there's likelihood that you fall down.
Wow.
So sometimes...
Stop. He was about to preach there. You need to say that again, because I'm actually going to start using that in all my presentation. So it's when you grow up...
When you grow up,
Yes.
you remain on your feet.
Yes.
Because you actually grow. In other words, you've gone through the process. But when you jump up, if you are, for example, take a child of 3 or 4 months, no matter how much you throw that child up, that child is going to fall down. But when someone grow up, you remain on your feet.
took us to church.
Don't just take 20 or 15. You need to go one after the other. Get as much information as you require for your level, for the next level that you are going, and then you can begin to add more.
Wow.
Don't be too greedy in
I
this
love
business.
this. I love this so much. I love that. And this is one of the reasons why Mr. Fantastic said, is there any preparation we need to do? And I said, no, this guy is amazing. I just want him to speak, and I just want him to be totally open and honest as well. So a lot of people then say, I want to get into serviced accommodation. This is something I don't hide. You will fail in some cases. Like failure is part of every single thing. But it's the difference between the people who fail and then they run out of the industry, and then the difference between the people that fail and then get creative and innovate and find a way to stay standing. So you're an example of that, because we've just spoken briefly and you've mentioned that not everything has gone perfect.
No.
But you can't expect everything to go perfect.
No.
for two reasons. You've got business experience, and you know about the ups and the downs.
Yeah.
But many people who don't have any experience, I think they, even because they've done some training, they expect everything to go up.
No.
But what would you say to people like that, and what do they need to do to kind of change that mindset?
All right. If you listen to TJ is someone I consider to be a very good motivator. TJ will motivate you, and you feel like you want to start tomorrow. I'll say this to you. You need to ask yourself some few basic questions. Are you really a business person? Because if you're a business person, you have that understanding that business does not just run like that. There are ups and downs. And he mentioned something about failure the other time. One of my mentors said, if you don't tell me how much you have failed, I don't want to listen to your success story.
Yeah.
Because success is actually for someone that has really experienced so many failures. I mean, if you read books about people, about biography of people, you realize that it is not when we know them that they've been in business. They've been in business a long time, and they've made a lot of mistakes. Back of my mind is that it's going to succeed. So whatever it takes, we need to put it. So you need not to be in a hurry. It's not a quick business.
Yeah.
And I remember every time I listen to TJ, he re-emphasized this. So nobody is deceiving anyone here. It's not a get quick
It's definitely
business. No,
not.
you need to build it. And if you are not ready to build, I will say something to TJ. I'm sure you'll be happy to listen. There are people that patronized us before from the eastern part of Europe. And now, after about 4 or 5 months, they keep calling us directly now to book. Now, that is something. Imagine if we are not staying in business. Imagine if we have been discouraged by the happenings in between.
Yeah.
Now we have that contact. Now, whenever they have anything to do, event in London, maybe we are one of those that they will consider first to get in touch with, which of your apartment is available for us to book. So that is the way it works. You need patience. You need persistence.
Yeah, I think a lot of people kind of skip that part out. I don't know why. I don't know. I think it's the period that we're in. We've got WhatsApp message. We've got instant messaging.
Yeah.
If we want food delivered. So
Correct.
in our mind, we want every
Everything
single
quick.
thing now.
Yeah.
But let me ask you this question, in fact. So hotels have been around for hundreds of years, even before we started in service accommodation.
Yeah.
Do you think hotels are going to disappear within the next 50, 100 years?
No.
Absolutely not.
No.
So why is everyone rushing?
Right.
As long as the hotels still have business.
Yeah.
Because I keep saying something, I've just found some stats recently, that there are 40 million overnight visitors to the UK every year.
Yeah.
They're spending £28 billion on
Yeah.
hotels.
Yeah.
We don't need to take the 28 billion.
No,
All
just
we
a
want is
chunk.
a tiny little slice of the pie.
Yeah.
But you get so many people who are rushing and rushing. But the problem is, any real person in business would know that there's no point rushing because the business is there. The hotels are not going anywhere, so it means you've still got longevity. But at the same time, you realize that it's not every single month that you're going to make a profit.
Yeah.
It's not every single month that you're going to become a billionaire overnight.
Yeah.
It takes an entire journey. And that's why I love what you're saying, that you've had some months where things haven't gone great for you.
Yeah.
But did you run away?
No.
You just said, I know the bigger picture.
Yeah.
I know what's capable in this business.
Yeah.
And now you've got people who are calling you directly.
Yeah.
So again, it's something I can't remember the quotes, like you remember quotes, but someone said something about the people who tend to enjoy the benefits of life and the people who stick in it.
Yeah.
And that's what's happening with you now.
Yeah.
So you've stayed in it when things were rough and things are picking up for you.
Yeah.
And
Let me say something. Sorry to butt in.
no, please.
I remember I said when I came to the training, the free event,
Yes.
I came with my wife and my daughter. My first daughter, I'd like her to be part of the business as well. So most times I go back and sit down and, sometimes the way to retain knowledge is sharing the knowledge.
Yes.
So I try to communicate few things that I've come with. I share with them at home. Recently I was saying to them, within the area, a particular area within Essex County that I live, I've realized that in the past 3 years, there's a no-name, an hotel that I won't mention the name, has opened 5 new branches
In that area.
in 3 years. I can tell you where those locations are. Massive building.
Yeah.
No, sorry, 4th. The 4th one is going up. because I'm really paying attention.
Because you're
Now,
trying to understand your
now
industry.
the point, just to confirm what you've just said, the question I ask myself is, why will they, at this point, still continue to open new branches? 50, 60 rooms,
Yep.
70, 80 rooms, and they're building brand new structure.
So what does that mean for you?
So what that means for me is, if they are still in business, my market is still there.
That, amen. Amen.
So if, because I'm not getting the, I don't have, they, like you said, they have their share.
Yes.
The market is there, so they have their share. I have my share. And I've used the same principle before. Sorry.
No, please.
TD.
This is
I've used the same principle before. When I came to this country 15 years ago, and I started my building work, a lot of guys introduced me to other business. I said to them, no, I'm not going to leave with my trade. I've been on this trade for 27 years this year. I started in 1992. So when I came, they said, no, nobody will patronize you. You just came from Africa. Nobody knows you. You better do security. We do security.
Yeah.
And I said to them, I'm not comfortable doing other things. One particular day, I boarded a bus. I was in Abbeywood, Southeast London. And between Abbeywood and Dagenham, I saw that I came across 3 or 4 B&Q, sorry to mention them, big building suppliers, B&Q, Wigs, and all of that. And something came to my head. Why do we have all these big buildings? People come in to buy things. If people are not patronizing them, they won't stay in business. If people are patronizing them, that means there are building works to be done. If there are building work to be done, then that means there's work for me. So that is the way I think. And that helped me even when the business started. I tell myself, the customers are there.
Yes.
Make yourself known. Make yourself visible.
You literally just hit the nail on the head, because you've just said something that's so important, visibility.
Yeah, make yourself visible.
Make sure they can see you.
Yeah.
So there used to be this old saying of build the ship and they will come.
Yeah.
I think that's old school now, because there's so many options.
Yeah.
So it's build your ship, let everyone know about it, and they will come.
Yeah.
You work with different people,
Yeah.
and in some cases you work with investors,
Yeah.
and sometimes you work with landlords.
Yeah.
Some cases the landlords give you their property,
Yeah.
and you work
Yeah.
some agreement
Yeah.
with them.
Yeah.
And in some cases you get investors that come to you and they say, Mr. Fantastic / Mr. Kayabe, I have some money, I don't have the time or the desire to run service accommodation myself.
Yeah.
Can I work with you? And sometimes you allow some people to work with
100%.
you. Cool. So would you still be willing to work with other people?
Of course, yes.
Yeah?
Of course, yes. The truth of the matter is, like I said previously, it's not everyone that is designed for business. So you don't necessarily need to run it directly. You can partner with people like us or some other people that you know have passion for this business, provided you have basic understanding of how things work. For example, it's not a get quick business. It's not something that once you put in a particular amount of money, you start getting your money back immediately. If you are kind of people that are patient enough to build a lasting business, you are welcome at any time. If you've got properties that you want to be for example, one of my one of the landlord of one of the apartment, the difference between what he had and what it will cost to put his house in a very, very good shape is a lot of money. So rather than for him to pay us, all he did was use it for that period, let each month cover a particular percentage of your rent. So there are different kind of plan that we can come up with that will make it's a win-win situation. You are happy, I'm happy. Each time he comes to the property now, he's not even willing to come, but because I'm so proud of myself, I always want him to come. I want him to come. And whenever he comes, I rub it on his face. You can see 6 months ago, this is how your house looks. Look at the way your house is looking. Now he's even asking, he's trying to advertise that property outside the country for me. So he said, whenever my friends are coming, I will tell them to come and stay here. So before you know it, he's now advertising for us. So it's something that we can look out for, provided the person that is coming will be patient enough.
No, so I think what you said is really important, because it's similar to what I say as well. Many people approach me and they say, well, I've heard about service accommodation, I want to make money from service accommodation, but but I don't want to manage it or run it. And I say, well, no problem at all. I think whether you get trained from me or you get trained from someone else, I think it's important that you get some training so your expectations are reasonable.
Yeah.
Because many people get information from left, right, centre, and there
yeah.
are some trainers that go around saying, take a property in
Yeah.
any location, and you're going to make £5,000 per month.
Yeah.
And then this is where mistakes happen, because someone might joint venture with you,
Yeah.
but they've heard from someone you can make £5,000 a month,
Thank you.
and realistically, you make them £1,000,
Yeah.
and then they say,
Yeah.
well, this guy's not honest, and this guy's not
Yeah.
doing this.
Yeah.
So you did say something very important. Get an understanding first,
Yeah.
and be patient. Learn the business, understand the business, get some patience, build some resilience behind you, and then that's how you start to.
Let me tell you one thing. Another part that happened in the middle of the year, this year, we met an estate agent, and he gave us one property in Raynham. And a few months down the line, he called. He said, "Oh, do you know where I live presently? Can you use it for this business?"
Wow.
The guy left the house. He bought another house. And so the arrangement we have with him, that's why I didn't mention his own house.
Yeah.
Because what we did for him is we are managing it for him.
Yes.
So it's his property. We listed everything he will require to make the place look good. He provided those things. So we just take the address and put it on our platform.
Your platform. Amazing.
So we manage for him. So that is another arrangement.
So is that your fourth one then? So would that make it?
That will be the fifth one.
Oh, see, you're hitting
That
me
will
with
be the fifth
surprises.
one. But because it's not directly,
that's why you didn't mention it. No, let's let them know that. so let me understand this, so that people understand all the different ways you can make money in this business.
Yeah.
So number one is, if you own the property, you can run service accommodation yourself. Number two, if you don't own the property, like what you're doing here is you're renting the property to turn it into a service accommodation. Then number three, which is what you've done with an estate agent.
Yeah.
That's
his
incredible.
own personal house.
Yes.
He bought another one.
Yes.
And he gave us that one just to manage.
And then you're making him the money on there. You're taking some commission on
and he knows what is happening there.
Yes.
Because it's his house. There is
and
no
also,
secret.
And because you've already
So
told him about
once
the business.
once people book on our platform, we tell him, we have a booking, X amount of money.
Yep.
The percentage has already been agreed.
Yep.
The percentage goes to us straight, and we pay him his money.
Amazing.
And that's it.
So is that something you'd be willing to?
100%.
So your area,
Yeah.
are you looking to put this out in different areas, or do you still want to focus on your Dagenham areas? Or?
Presently, we cover East London, Dagenham.
Okay.
So we can, East London and south of Essex, all the way to Tilbury.
Okay. What areas? Can you name the areas?
Okay, Tilbury, Chapel 100, which is Lakeside.
Yes.
All the way to East London, Canary Wharf, and all of that. That's
Okay, so you'd even go into Docklands kind of areas
because
as well.
now the one in Silvertown is just about 5 minutes from Canary Wharf. Yeah.
Smart. Okay. So with that one that you're doing now, the fifth one with the agent, you're just managing that property, but at least you're making some money.
Yes.
I love that.
Yes, minimum of 10%.
Yes.
For every
So every single booking you get.
Yeah.
So the example here is, prime example is, that agent doesn't have the time or the desire to run the business.
He doesn't run.
He knows that you do this because you've spoken to them before.
Yeah.
Have you ever rented any property from him before?
Yeah, he was the one that gave us the Raynham one.
Cool. So that
was when
he fully understands.
In fact, that was the second one. I didn't tell you this.
No, don't.
Before the Raynham, he gave us two. One Raynham, one Grace. The Grace he said later belongs to his mom, and the mom was about to sell it. So eventually, after 5 months, that was sold.
Yeah.
So we move out. So because of that encounter we had with him, Raynham Tilbury, Raynham Grace. So probably he just decided that, I think these people are serious.
They're good people, yeah.
So he came and he said, what can you use my house? And we went and saw a very massive 5-bedroom house in Grace. And now we are managing it for him. It's a nice place. Contractors are using it. He's making a hell of money. He's so lucky. I will use the word lucky here because I know why I'm about to say this. He's so lucky that the first month we started, we got a booking for about 6-7 weeks consecutively, contractors. So for him, it was like, oh my God.
Yeah. It's amazing. So what you're saying rings a lot of bells with me, because I keep saying to people that you don't need to have hundreds of landlords and hundreds of estate agents. Usually, in many cases, it takes one good relationship. So this agent has given you a property
Yeah.
because you were able to persuade him
Yeah.
initially.
Yeah.
Then he's seen the good work
Yeah,
that you've
that
done.
gave us his own
Then he's
personal
given
house.
his own personal
Personal
property.
house, yeah.
Now you're making him money as
yeah,
well.
yeah.
So imagine, think about it this way. This is what I keep saying to people. Help people out. Go with value, because I have some estate agents that, because I go with the intention of helping them out, whenever they have something,
They'll call you first.
I'm the first person
That's
that they
it.
call. And that's
The
exactly
same
what's happened to
happening
you.
now, yeah.
Because it's all about doing good
Yeah.
work.
Yeah.
A lot of people jump into service accommodation, and because they think it's a get-rich-quick scheme, they don't focus on relationship. They
Yeah.
don't focus on spending time and money on making sure the place is nice.
Yeah.
They just want to take
Yeah.
and take and
Yeah.
take.
Yeah.
But when you do things like that,
Yeah.
you've now got an estate agent's
Yeah.
house
Yeah.
that you're managing for them,
For
making
him.
money
Yeah.
from and making
Yeah.
money for himself.
Yeah.
Guess what happens? Next time he's speaking to any of
Yeah.
his landlords, he'll say, "Hello, Mr. Landlord.
Yeah.
Do you want to rent your property to students?
Yeah.
Do you want to rent your property to professionals? And would you be happy to rent it to people who
Yeah.
want to do service
Yeah.
accommodation?"
Yeah.
You've now got someone who's
Yeah.
working
Yeah.
your corner for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah.
I love that so much.
Through him, we've gotten 2 properties.
Wow.
Through him, apart from his own. And he's currently on holiday. Before he left, he said when he comes, there are things that is coming up. I believe probably someone is already talking to him about
Yes,
something.
stuff.
So he said when he comes back, I hope when he comes, more doors will open through him.
Wow.
We already have a good relationship.
What I'm thinking you should probably do, just as a reward. So 2 things. So I found out you had 4 properties. Now it's technically 5. And I was like, oh my God, I want to take you out. Let's go to this fancy restaurant. And we've both been very busy, but regardless, it's going to happen. And I picked the poshest restaurant. Even I've never been there before.
Nice
Well,
one,
yeah. I
nice
said,
one.
you know, because for
Nice
me, it's a reward.
Thank you.
It's for someone saying, do you know what? I'm going to improve my life and I'm
Thank
going to take action.
Thank you.
So no, I cannot wait. We're going to get it booked in
Thank you.
100%.
Thank you.
We're going to Nobu in
Thank you.
Mayfair.
Wow.
I'm saying it on camera so that no one can. I don't end up taking you to KFC. and I did say bring your wife as well.
Yeah, thank you.
So I would love to do that.
Thank you.
It's an incredible thing to
Thank
see
you.
someone
Thank
take
you.
something and literally run with it as well.
Thank you.
What I want to do as well, just off the top of my head, is you know that I have a deal package and a sourcing training as well. I want to get you to come on a sourcing training completely free.
Oh, thank
and I'll tell you why.
Thank
because
you very much.
I keep saying that it takes one relationship to change everything for you.
Fantastic.
So with your fantastic, I love that. That's what I said, fantastic. So because you've built this relationship with this estate agent, he understands what you're doing. He knows that you are running service accommodation. It's not that you're doing it under the carpet or under the rug. It means you can now get to a place that you create an additional income because you've got an estate agent that's doing all the hard work to find properties for you. He might now offer you a property in, let's say, Southeast London. But because you're operating in East London only, you're going to say, agent, I don't want it. And that's the mistake so many people make, is they pass on deals. But now, once you learn how to deal package, you'll be able to sell on those excess deals for 2, 3, 4, 5,000 pounds, which means that's an additional income for you as well. So I can't wait to get you on a training.
When
It's
is
going
the
to be.
training?
I love that. It's going to be. It will definitely be in the new year because I'm rounding up.
I'm ready.
Cool.
I'm
Yes,
ready.
I'll
I'm
get
ready.
that booked in as well, completely free. As I said, for me, I love people
Thank you.
taking action.
Thank you very
And again, I appreciate you coming out
Thank
today,
you. Thank you.
being totally honest as well with my audience. I'm just fascinated with people hearing something, running with it, and continuing in it. I can't lie. I have some clients who one little shake in the road, and then they back out and they say, "Oh my God, this is difficult. This is hard." Well, nothing is easy. Everything that's worth it requires work. And again, that's why you're going to be rewarded, and that's why things are working for you as well.
As a closing remark, if you are listening to TJ, before November 2018, I never know who TJ was. I'm sure I was invited to that free event like any other person. But may I say this to you? If you have never listened to TJ before, maybe after this video, you come in contact with TJ. God is an awesome God. I'm a Christian. Nothing happened by accident. I strongly believe in my heart that this guy is God sent.
Oh wow.
Take advantage of him. Listen to him. He's not boasting. Whatever he says in any broadcast that you listen to him, whatever he says, he's saying it to challenge us. It's for our benefit. It's not for him. Whatever God has blessed him with, is using it to challenge us. So listen to him. I believe it's God saying. Whenever I say anything, I say to him, I'm available. Not because I don't have work to do, but because I know I have more to gain from him.
Wow.
So you listen to him, I beg you, and whatever you hear him say, sit down and practice it. Sit down and put them into practice. The best thing you can get is a gift of integrity, someone that is true to his word. And I think TJ is someone you should listen to. I thank God for the relationship. I'm sure he won't know how much I value this relationship. That's why I don't call him anytime. I don't want to disturb him, because when you have something precious, you keep it precious. You don't want to, you don't want to lose it. You don't want to lose it at all. So please, whatever you hear him say, put it into practice. And if you are not clear, find time to reach out to him so that he can spell it out. But I'm telling you, it works. Wow. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Guys, I hope you got some value from that. We'll put his email address if you want to contact him, if you're looking for, to invest in someone, if you're looking for someone to joint venture with, if you're an estate agent operating in the East London, Essex kind of area, and you're looking for someone to actually manage your property or take it on to run as a service accommodation, then I'll put his email address in and definitely get in touch. Guys, thank you so much. I hope you got some value. I hope you saw the truth. I hope you heard some truths. I hope we took you to church. I hope some of you reach out. And if you are looking at maybe getting into property and you're considering going down the service accommodation route, I hope this has inspired you to see what you can actually do and what you can actually achieve. I'll catch you soon. Like, comment, and subscribe.